So a couple days ago I did a video on some of the more disappointing new fragrance releases for the year of 2020. Now I don't want to make it sound like they've released a bunch of crap this year, because I would say for the most part what I've smelled and what I've tried so far has been pretty good. Again, that video had 7 fragrances which I was a little bit let down on, but today I've got 10 of them which are honestly pretty solid scents, and I can see myself wearing these and talking about them for years to come. Of course, we just surpassed the halfway mark of the year, so there's still time for more new fragrances to be released. So I'm just covering the new 2020 releases that I've tried so far up to this point. And again, I do think there have been some great new releases, so let's go and start right off with this video. And like I said, I think there have been some great new releases, so let's go ahead and jump into it. But real quick before we do, I have a favor to ask you. If you like videos like this and you come back and you watch my channel every day, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. It shows me that you're watching, and it shows me that you like seeing my videos. And while you're at it, if you like videos specifically like this one, make sure you leave a like on this video. That way, when I'm going through and trying to see what type of content you like, the videos with the most likes will stand out to me, and then I know to make more that are like that. Enough talking, let's jump right into the list. Moving into number 10, we have Calvin Klein Eternity Summer 2020. I honestly think this is a pretty solid fragrance. You know, it's a summer fragrance, a summer flanker, obviously, but it's a bit sweeter. So it's not your typical average, freshy, citrusy summer fragrance that smells like the rest of them. This one's got a bit more sweetness and a bit more depth, which makes it a bit more interesting, and honestly, it makes it worthwhile. This one also did hit discounters pretty fast, so you can pick this one up at discount websites. I will link this down below along with all the other fragrances in this video, or at least the ones that are available on discounters. Again, most of them have already made their way to discount websites already, which is pretty cool. Number 10, Eternity Summer 2020. If you want a pretty affordable, somewhat unique summer fragrance, give this one a shot. It's honestly not too bad. Moving into number 9, we have Pacha de Cartier EDP or Parfum. Again, this is the new version. Talked about this a little bit, or at least I've kind of mentioned it. It's not bad. You know, it's not going to be my favorite. That's why it's at number 9. And if you had to ask me, do I prefer the original EDT or this one, I'm going to choose the original. However, that's not to say that this is a bad scent. It's pretty good, and it does have something to offer. It's again, something that's not going to be for everyone. You know, it's a bit different. It's a bit out there compared to what else has been released and what else is going to be in this video. But if you're into kind of the older school type of fragrances and you want something that has quite a bit of substance to it and something quite a bit different, check this guy out. Again, on discounters already, so you can pick it up there and give it a shot. Moving into number 8, we have Hugo Boss Now, and it's a pretty good scent. You know, is it better than Hugo Boss Reversed? In my opinion, no. Hugo Boss Reversed really is a great scent for me, and it's one of my favorites from the line. But this one is still pretty good. Kind of fits into a similar genre as like Hugo Boss Iced. And if you look on the note breakdown of this one, Hugo Boss Now, it's got like ice listed as a note among a few other things. Basically, just to give you a general breakdown of this one, it's a refreshing, citrusy, bright, cooling scent. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's not anything that's going to be super unique or groundbreaking. It's not going to be anything that you've never smelled before. I mean, let's be real. You know, it's not something groundbreaking. However, it does smell really good, and it is very refreshing. For those hot summer days when you want something that's going to hold up in the heat, something that is mass appealing and is just overall really easy to wear, you could go for something like this one. And again, it has already made its way to discounters. I believe the only one that currently has it is FragranceBuy.ca. That's where I got this bottle from. They were kind enough to send it out to me for their Canada Day promotion, and they have it for a good price. They're always really quick to get new releases like this one, so go check it out there if you want. Hugo Boss Now, really a good one that if you like some of the other Hugo Boss fragrances, you can give this one a shot. Moving into number 7, we have Moschino Toyboy. This is another great new release, and it's one that at first I was a little bit skeptical about. Like I've mentioned, this one is a men's floral fragrance, and that just kind of puts it in a weird spot where some people are going to love it, some people are probably going to hate it, and there will be some people that are kind of in the middle. That's kind of where I fall. You know, I don't love the scent a lot. I don't adore it. I'm not like, oh, this is, you know, one of the best fragrances ever, but I definitely don't hate it. You know, I really genuinely do like the scent. It honestly smells pretty good. It's just one of those things where it did have to grow on me for a while. You know, I did have to kind of get used to it. And now that I have, it's a scent that I really appreciate. You know, we've said time and time again, we want something new and different and exciting from some of these designer houses, and they gave us that here. You know, a men's floral fragrance, it's pretty good. You know, Reflection Man by Amouage, that's another really popular men's floral, but really there aren't too many out there that get a lot of hype. But I do think this one does have the potential to be a pretty good popular scent for those of you guys who like it. Again, it hit discounters a while back, so you can get this one on discount websites. In my opinion, it's worth checking out if you're into something that's a little bit different. Moving into number 6, we have Gravitas Pour Homme by Naughton and Wilson. For those of you guys who are unaware, this is Mr. Smelly's new fragrance release. Dan from Mr. Smelly YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you guys have heard about this scent and are aware of it by now. This one has been in the works for a while, and it was just released here this year. And does it smell amazing? It's a really, really good scent. Really nice presentation. I mean, the bottle is great. You get that nice gold accenting. The cap just firmly slides into place. Great atomizer. I mean, everything about it is professional. I think I paid $100 and some change, 120, something along those lines. I mean, really, for that price, this is a great scent. Now, what you need to know about this one is that it's going to be an aromatic fougere type of scent. For me, one of my favorite scent genres. It's one that I've really been getting into here within the past, you know, half a year or a year or so, and I've really been enjoying. This is a great take on that type of genre. I hear people compare it to a few other scents out there, Bois de Portugal and like Roja Danger I saw on there. Really doesn't smell anything like those. I mean, you get a little bit of a spicy, almost like cumin type of kick, where I can maybe see comparing it to Danger a little bit, but Danger, in my opinion, is a lot more like strong and spicy and sharp. This one's a lot more smooth, creamy, and just goes more in the lavender aromatic direction route than something like Danger. And again, Bois de Portugal, I don't like Bois de Portugal, and I don't really see that comparison. I do think on its own, this one stands apart from a lot of aromatic fougères out there. Very professional and really very expensive smelling. It's a nice scent. Like I mentioned in my review, I have no affiliation with this scent or Dan or the company here. I just think it's a great scent from another great reviewer, and I thought it was definitely worth putting in this video. It's a really solid one. Moving into number 5, we have Parfums Vintage Rush of Unicorns Intense. I just covered this one recently in a video as well, where I went over a couple other their new releases. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this scent, and I finally got it, or it was finally released, and I finally got a bottle of it. It smells incredible. Rush of Unicorns is in their top 5 best-selling fragrances for a reason. It's a great interpretation on older batches of Creed Millésime Imperial. It's one of those things where, at this point, it's hard for me to recommend that you go out and buy Millésime Imperial. I have a 2016 bottle, and even that one, you know, it just isn't that strong. It doesn't have the same type of depth that older batches do, and I can't even imagine what the 2019 bottles or in 2020 the new bottles are going to be smelling like. I haven't tried them. It's getting harder and harder to recommend these newer batches of Creed. Back in 2015, 2016, even 2017, they were okay, but it's just kind of been going downhill from there. Something like Rush of Unicorns Intense really does go back to those older batches, and it targets them really well. It's a great summer scent, and it's one you should definitely check out if you're a fan of Millésime Imperial. Number 4, we have Michael Kors Extreme Sky. This one hit discounters really fast, and again, it is a new 2020 release, and it smells great. It's an effervescent, light, airy type of scent, and it's great for summer. It's a bit musky, it's light, it's citrusy, and it's just a really pleasing, compliment-getting, wearable type of fragrance. Again, it's nothing that's going to blow you away and think, wow, that's something super unique, but it does smell really nice, and it's one that I personally really enjoy quite a bit. Number 4, Michael Kors Extreme Sky. Moving into number 3, we have Yves Saint Laurent Y Fraiche. This one, honestly, is really good. Not on discounters yet, so it's one of those things where it's hard for me to fully recommend it just because you do have to pay retail for it. Now granted, these Yves Saint Laurent fragrances don't really get discounted all that much when they do get there. I mean, they're still on the more expensive side, but I do, like to save you guys money, and it's, I do like to wait until things hit discounters before I really start trying to talk about them a lot, because I do think can save a lot of money on discounters, and it does add up. Regardless of that, though, at number 3, I love it. I think it's a great release. It's going to be my second favorite, my first one being YEDP, and then this one following after that. YSL Y Live, just pointless in my opinion, and the Eau de Toilette's nice, but I mean, the EDP is stronger, and, just kind of the way to go. I think they killed it with this release. I mean, looking at the bottle and even the name, I mean, you know what to expect here. It's just like a lighter, fresher version of the scent, but it's also tweaked the DNA, so it doesn't really smell all that much like Yves Saint Laurent Y, EDT, or EDP at all. Kind of goes in its own direction, just kind of like a Dior Cologne and Chanel Laurent Sport Cologne and all of those, kind of goes in a different direction. That's what this one does. It's a really nice release, and it's great for summertime, especially those hot days. Number 2, we have Tom Ford Beau de Jour Signature. This was a great move, in my opinion, for Tom Ford. Beau de Jour is a great scent in the private blend line. It is going to be very expensive, and they brought it over to the Signature line here, which again was very smart, and it makes it more affordable. And yes, of course, I know Beau de Jour private blend has been out for a while, so that's not a new fragrance, but the Signature version of it is new this year, 2020, and again, it already has made its way to discounters where you can pick up a bottle. I love it. The differences between the private blend and the Signature are very small, and I just find myself wearing the Signature all the time, saving my private blend because there really isn't that much of a difference where it's worth me wearing one over the other. In my opinion, a great must-have fougere release and a great signature scent, Tom Ford Beau de Jour. And finally, at the number 1 spot, are you scratching your head wondering what this one could be? When I started putting this video together, I already knew what my number 1 spot was going to be, because this scent really impressed me. It was one where I love one of the flankers of this fragrance. It was one of my favorites, especially for summertime, and it's a fragrance that got a lot of hype. When I saw and heard rumors of another flanker that sounded similar to this flanker, I was like, ooh, I hope this is good, because this sounds really good. The bottle looked really good. I'm sure you're kind of starting to think in your head, you know what this is. Yeah, I'll just go ahead. It's Aqua de Profondo. So of course, a minute ago I was talking about Profumo. I mean, come on. Looking at the bottle, looking at the name, sounds pretty similar. Don't know what the word means, but it sounds similar, right? The bottle is just, instead of being black and transparent, it's a bit of a lighter kind of blue color, which fits the scent very well. This is a mineral, somewhat like stripped back, oceanic type of scent. For example, something like Aqua de Joe Absolute Instinct, that one is like a very earthy aquatic. It's a dark, deep aquatic. It's got the seaweed, it's got ebony wood, so it's quite a bit different than a lot of the others. This one doesn't quite go to that extent, but it does have that mineral water type of smell, and it just kind of smells a bit more stripped back, like the raw ocean, and I love it. At first, I was teetering on the edge of love and, really liking it. But after I tested it more, after I did that review and I kept wearing it, I'm like, this is really good stuff. Very impressive scent here, Aqua de Joe Profondo. It's one that I personally wear quite often, which is, something I don't normally do when I get new scents like this and when they're released. It normally takes me a while to come around to them. But in my opinion, a great fragrance, and my favorite release so far of 2020. This one has made it on both discount websites, FragranceNet and FragranceX, but currently, at least time of me recording this, it's out of stock on both of them. So I will link it once they come in stock. You can put in your email and they'll send you an email and you can get it then or whatever. But, I paid retail for mine. It's worth it in my opinion, but I would just say, unless you need to have it right now, these websites will probably restock soon and you can just get it from them. So guys, there you have it. That was my top 10 favorite new 2020 releases so far. Again, the year's not over. There could be something that comes out that tops this one for me. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. Again, all these fragrances will be linked down below. If you want to check any of them out or pick any of them up, make sure you check out those links down there. It's going to give you the best prices that you can get. That's going to do it for me, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.